All right, so the what we want to talk about now is balance,
Oh
and
yeah.
I had few questions
Yeah,
from
great.
few of the members. Why are we doing this Swiss ball stuff? Why are we
Right.
playing around on the Swiss balls?
Yeah, okay, so it's a very good question
Good question. Yeah.
because they can be seen as daunting.
Yeah.
They can be seen as quite a challenge. Like I've had many people like just absolutely afraid of just looking at the ball and like seeing some people use the ball and just think, there's no way I'm going to do that.
Yep.
And then about 3 months later, they're standing on the ball,
Yep.
absolutely doing that.
Yeah. And enjoying themselves. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep.
Like the thing about balance is it's kind of like strength training.
Yep.
In strength training, you can see yourself get stronger, especially if you're doing weights and stuff. I'm able to do more. I'm able to do more. Balance is very similar at a very similar progression rate as well.
Yep.
So you might be crap today, but you'll be slightly better tomorrow.
Yep.
And slightly better. So you can really map out that progression as you go along.
Yep.
It definitely challenges confidence. Absolutely. There is some very real risks to it when you've got a Swiss ball. It does elevate you off the ground quite a bit. However, it does teach your body to respond. So when you got, say, your hands and knees on that ball for the first time, you may only be out there for a couple of seconds, but your body's going to remember something about that. The central nervous system is going to go, whoa, this is unstable. What do I need to do? And then gradually you increase your stability and therefore you start to achieve longer. So just getting on there for 5 seconds is quite an achievement. So, but the thing is your body does that quite naturally.
Yeah. So what happens, like, when you're on that ball, what actually happens? Like, we got all these, I guess, micro contractions and different like ligaments and everything sort of involved, I guess, to stabilize you. So what kind of happens like in that that makes us stronger?
Yeah, so the feedback from like it's actually quite an automatic thing. You don't really necessarily need to be really thinking about what your body needs to do. Your body is going to do it. What you do need to do is you do need to focus. You do need to appreciate that you're on a ball that's unstable. And as long as you've got that mental input, your physical body is going to apply what it needs to apply. And I think this is where the EMS stim can be quite useful, because if you've got the core giving you that reminder, which is the primary muscle for this, then your body will engage stability muscles a bit sooner. But it's those stability muscles that don't get exercised or trained or activated enough through sedentary lifestyles. And enough through the majority of training. So if you don't do balance activities within your training, like normally, then you are kind of ripping your body off for the muscles that need to tone so that the other muscles can tone better. And in a sense, like if we put this into a big circle, if you work on your stability muscles as well as your big group muscles, you are going to burn fat better.
Well, for example, I guess in terms of the deadlift, when we're pulling weight off the floor, we really need to focus on pulling that belly button up to the spine, really focusing on squeezing your grip as well, but squeezing those core muscles so we are stable, so that we can pull more weight, right, in the deadlift. So by working on those stability muscles and the core, you'll be able to then lift more weight if that's your goal, right? So that's why, but even in everyday life. So what some examples in everyday life where we need stability?
Right. So when you are say walking on, say, frosty ground or slippery ground, you absolutely need stability. Nobody wants to fall and break a hip.
Exactly.
So the thing is, the more you train your balance, the less chance of you actually slipping, losing control and breaking your hip by falling on something.
Exactly.
So slippery surfaces are definitely where you're going to appreciate the stability. Going skiing, all those sorts of things. Riding a bike.
I mean, when walking, and there's like a little pothole or something, just twisting your ankle and just losing balance, you'll be able to catch yourself better and not fall over and, as you say, break something. You're on a bike, maybe, whatever. everything like that. Yeah.
It's kind of like if you don't use it, you lose it. So if you don't train balance, you lose balance, and you can lose it quite quickly. And we've all seen that with the elderly.
Yep.
So if they don't actually stay active, they're most likely to get up, go to the kitchen, make a cup of tea, slip on a bit of water, break a hip, and then it's all kind of trouble.
Yeah.
But if they were actually fitter, and their body was conditioned to unstable objects and stuff, they'd simply catch themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
And it is really kind of that simple.
Yeah.
But if you don't use it, you lose it. And balance is a very, very good example of that. So the Swiss balls, end of the day, are very good objects to help your body recognize unstable objects.
Yep.
And they're a very good tool to help you just slowly appreciate progression of how you're getting better and better at balancing.
Yep.
So by the time you're standing on a Swiss ball, you pretty much kind of succeeded at what the Swiss ball can do. And then from there, it's just a matter of expanding. Yeah. So it just keeps growing.
And how we applied, like obviously the Swiss ball is one way, but we can use, we use the rollers, the foam rollers to do Bosu balls. Doing things on one leg. Yeah. That's why we've included a lot of this in the program that we're doing, but in everyday training, definitely need to be including all of this stuff to improve our balance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's a big element that we could talk all day about balance, how important it is, and just the different muscles that it uses to help kind of complement the big muscles that you typically use to get even better results, even stronger connections like within your joints, ligaments, tendons, all of it, like just improving overall human awareness as well, I think is a big part of that. So I love balance. I just love balance. I think it's good.
It is good.